A team of scientists stood at the edge of an ancient ruin on a remote alien planet. The winds carried fine blue dust that shimmered under the faint light of twin suns. Among them was Dr. Marcus Lee, a seasoned linguist renowned for his unparalleled ability to decipher alien languages. Beside him, Zyra, a young historian from the Zalrexian race, watched skeptically as he studied a towering stone monolith etched with intricate symbols. "You won't be able to read it," Zyra said, folding her arms. Her iridescent eyes flickered with doubt. "That language was sacred to my people. Only the elders knew it, and they vanished long ago." Marcus didn't respond immediately. His fingers traced the strange carvings as he whispered to himself, piecing together phonetic clues. The Zalrexian script was unlike anything humans had encountered, but patterns emerged when viewed from the right perspective. "Fascinating," he muttered, his voice calm but focused. Zyra's brow furrowed. "You're wasting your time. Even our greatest scholars couldn't revive that language." Marcus's lips curled into a faint smile. "Language is a puzzle, Zyra. Every puzzle has a solution." He cleared his throat and spoke a phrase aloud. The guttural yet melodic sounds echoed off the stone walls. Zyra's heart skipped a beat. The symbols on the monolith began to glow with a golden light. A low hum vibrated through the air as ancient mechanisms hidden beneath the ground roared to life. What did you do?" Zyra's voice wavered between awe and fear. "I think I asked it to wake up," Marcus said calmly, though his pulse raced. Zyra stared at him, stunned. "That's impossible. No outsider should know that phrase. Only the elders could command the monolith." "Well," Marcus said, brushing dust from his jacket, "maybe the elders underestimated humanity." The ground trembled slightly, and ancient stone doors at the base of the ruin creaked open, revealing a dark passage leading into the depths. The hum of dormant technology filled the air, a sound that hadn't been heard in millennia. Zyra struggled to process what she had witnessed. "How do you know that language? How could a human possibly?" Marcus interrupted her gently. "It's not magic, Zyra. Languages leave traces, echoes across time and space. We study them, connect the dots, and rediscover what was thought lost." Her disbelief softened into curiosity. "And you're saying humans did that?" Marcus nodded. "That's what we do. We're problem solvers. Give us a mystery, and we'll chase it down." Zyra shook her head in amazement. The elders would never have believed this. "Well," Marcus said with a chuckle, "maybe it's time to rewrite some history." As they stood at the entrance to the ancient passage, the gravity of their discovery settled over them. The past was calling, and together they would answer. The passage stretched deep into the ruins, dimly lit by the faint glow of ancient glyphs along the walls. As they walked, the air grew thick with the weight of history. Zyra couldn't shake her disbelief. "I need to understand," she said, her voice hushed but firm. "That phrase you spoke, how did you even know it?" Marcus glanced at the glowing symbols. "Humanity's been exploring the stars for centuries now. We don't just trade goods, we collect stories, languages, fragments of forgotten civilizations. Some of those fragments came from your people." Zyra's eyes narrowed. "Impossible. The elders vanished long before your kind even knew the stars existed." "Maybe so," Marcus said thoughtfully, "but echoes of their knowledge found their way to us. We recovered artifacts, some with inscriptions similar to what we just saw. It took decades, but we pieced enough together to form a linguistic framework." Zyra's expression softened, though disbelief lingered. "And you memorized all that?" Marcus smiled faintly. "That's what I do. Words are puzzles, and I happen to be good at solving them." They reached a vast chamber filled with ancient murals depicting a flourishing civilization, the Zalrexians of old. Zyra's breath caught as she took in the vibrant imagery. Elders adorned in ceremonial robes stood beside shimmering energy constructs, their hands raised in benediction. "It's beautiful," she whispered. Marcus examined the murals, his brow furrowing. "This is more than just art. It's a record." Zyra nodded. "These scenes tell the story of my ancestors. The elders were wise beyond measure, guiding us with knowledge that was said to come from the stars themselves." Marcus traced a particular mural, where figures resembling humans stood beside the Zalrexians. Interesting, he murmured. Zyra's eyes widened. That can't be right. Humans and Zalrexians never met in ancient times. Maybe history isn't as complete as we think, Marcus said. It wouldn't be the first time records were lost or rewritten. Zyra's voice was filled with wonder. But why would your people care about our ancient language? Curiosity, Marcus answered simply. It's in our nature to seek knowledge, to connect with others, even across time and space. Zyra's skepticism began to crumble. Perhaps there's more to your people than I thought. Marcus chuckled. We get that a lot. As they stood surrounded by the echoes of a lost civilization, Zyra felt a shift within herself. Her perception of humanity, once dismissive, was now tinged with respect. We should keep moving, she said finally. There's more to discover here, and maybe together we can uncover it. Marcus nodded. That's the spirit. The chamber hummed with quiet energy, as if the past itself was awakening to witness this unlikely alliance between a curious human and an astonished alien girl. The ancient hallway narrowed as they pressed deeper into the ruins. The air grew colder, laced with an electric charge that made the hairs on Marcus's neck stand up. Strange symbols lined the walls, shifting faintly as if responding to their presence. These markings, Marcus said, they're evolving patterns, a linguistic trap. Zyra frowned. What do you mean? Marcus knelt, examining a series of glyphs. They're not just static inscriptions. They're changing based on what's been said or done. This isn't just a ruin, it's a test. Zyra's voice wavered. A test for what? Knowledge, Marcus said gravely. And right now, it's asking us questions. The first glyph glowed brightly, projecting a series of intricate characters into the air. Marcus recognized fragments of Zalrexian syntax but noticed peculiar variations. It's ancient Zalrexian, Zyra confirmed, her voice tense. But these forms are archaic even by our standards. Marcus squinted, tracing his fingers through the holographic display. It's a puzzle built on linguistic roots, one wrong answer, and we might trigger something we can't handle. Zyra clenched her fists. We can't afford mistakes. The ruins could collapse or worse. I know, Marcus said, focused. But I need your help. Zyra blinked in surprise. Me? You've been doing fine on your own so far. This is your heritage, Marcus insisted. I need your intuition. They worked together, analyzing the holographic symbols. Marcus mapped out phonetic patterns while Zyra recalled obscure dialects from Zalrexian historical texts. Try this, she said, pointing to a glyph cluster. It's an old conjunction form meaning unity of opposites. Marcus nodded. Makes sense in this context. He spoke the phrase aloud, his voice steady. The glyphs shimmered, then dissolved into a new configuration. We did it, Zyra whispered, her eyes wide. But the ruin wasn't done with them. The walls began to pulse with red light, and the floor trembled. A deeper set of glyphs emerged, more complex and erratic. Marcus gritted his teeth. It's not just testing our knowledge anymore, it's testing our adaptability. Zyra's confidence faltered. I don't know this form at all. Then we improvise, Marcus said. Drawing on his experience with countless alien languages, Marcus pieced together patterns, mixing fragments from multiple linguistic roots. His voice echoed through the chamber as he crafted a phrase that had never been spoken before. The trembling stopped. The glyphs faded, replaced by a soft golden glow. Zyra exhaled sharply. You created a solution out of nothing. Not nothing, Marcus corrected with a grin. Just bits and pieces humanity's been gathering for centuries. Zyra stared at him, awe evident in her expression. I've never seen anything like that. Adaptation is what we do best, Marcus said. Now let's see what's waiting for us beyond that door. Zyra nodded, her respect for the human linguist now fully cemented. They had passed the trial together, an unlikely team forged by knowledge and determination. The chamber beyond the door was vast, illuminated by swirling beams of light that danced across ancient stonework. In the center stood a crystalline pedestal, shimmering with energy. Around it, intricate carvings depicted scenes of unity and conflict, civilizations rising and falling. Zyra's breath caught. This is a historical archive. Marcus approached the pedestal cautiously. Looks like we unlocked something big. Zyra traced her fingers along the carvings. These images tell the story of my ancestors, their achievements, their struggles. But look here. She pointed to a mural where Zalrexians and another species stood side by side, exchanging knowledge. The humanoid figures were unmistakable. Humans, Marcus said quietly. Zyra shook her head in disbelief. That can't be. We were always taught that Zalrexians never allied with any other species. The elders claimed we stood apart, superior and self-reliant. Marcus examined the mural closely. History has a way of being rewritten to fit the narrative of those in power. Zyra's voice was filled with wonder. But this changes everything. Our ancestors weren't isolationists, they believed in cooperation. Marcus smiled. Seems like your people and mine go way back. The pedestal pulsed with light, projecting holographic records into the air. Streams of data in ancient Zalrexian and other alien languages filled the space. Zyra's eyes glimmered. These records could reshape everything we know about our past. And your future, Marcus added. Knowledge like this can bridge worlds. Zyra looked at him, her expression earnest. You were right, Marcus. Humans are more than just explorers. You're preservers of knowledge, seekers of connection. Marcus chuckled. We just have a hard time leaving mysteries unsolved. Zyra's demeanor shifted from awe to determination. We need to share this with both our people. This knowledge belongs to everyone. Marcus nodded. Agreed. But it won't be easy. Some might not want the past to resurface. Let them resist, Zyra said fiercely. Truth is worth fighting for. The chamber hummed softly, as if echoing her resolve. The ancient records had waited millennia to be rediscovered, and now they would serve as a testament to cooperation and unity. As they began cataloging the data, Marcus glanced at Zyra. So, how does it feel to rewrite history? She smiled. It feels liberating. Marcus grinned. Welcome to the club. The journey that had begun with doubt and disbelief had led them to a profound truth. Knowledge transcended time, species, and even the boundaries of ancient civilizations. Together, they carried the weight of a rediscovered past and the promise of a brighter, more connected future.